Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're visiting for the first time. If you are visiting for the first time, hi, I'm Lucy. Today I'm going to be sharing a real stationery journal geek video with you. So if that is your bag, of which I know there are several of you who are like dead into the stationery and the planning and the journaling like me, then this is a video for you. I'm going to talk about how I am planning journaling using diaries this year. So if that is of interest to you, you need to stick around. Before I start, I am going to shamelessly plug the fact that I have a planner playlist down in the description. I have shared various different pieces of planner content, some of the different processes that I go through with my planning. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to stuff like this. So if you are interested in that, do check out that playlist down below, and I will also leave a link below to my planner Instagram account, because I have a separate account for my planner because I'm that much of a geek. If you haven't picked up on the geek vibe when it comes to planning, you can't say you haven't been warned. That was my disclaimer right there. So anybody that has followed for a while, I am a fan of Happy Planner. So I like the disc-based planning system because it allows you to pull your pages in and out, which means that you can kind of move things around, you can adapt things. It lets me get really creative. I can, for example, take pages out and paint on them, glue on them. I just really like the flexibility that it gives you. They are, I will say, an American brand, which are not the easiest to get your hands on in the UK. I don't know why they make it so difficult to get hold of. You used to be able to get hold of them a lot more easily, and they had a lot of UK based sellers. Don't seem to have so many of those anymore. You can order direct from them in the US, but yeah, I just really hope that they make it a little bit easier for us Happy Planner fans this side of the pond, because it is not the easiest hobby slash thing to love, because it's not the easiest to get hold of. Now this is my planner for this year. I have changed the cover and changed the discs, yet another reason that I like Happy Planner, because you can adapt and change. I was not a fan of the cover that came on this planner. For anybody that is a Happy Planner fan, was the Stephanie Fleming planner. So the beauty of the Stephanie Fleming planner is that the inside pages are completely black and white, monochrome, very, very plain, which allows you to kind of get creative in whichever way you want to. This is my planner from last year. This one's actually a bit thin because I only used this one from July, because my planner before that ran June to July. So this one only ran from July to December. So this was the tail end of last year's planner. Again, I fiddle around with what covers and discs and things have on, so I can't even really tell you what planner this was originally anymore. But the reason I bought last year's one out to show you is that I have really changed up the way I'm using my planners this year. So let me find a sample to show you what I mean. So let's go for September. This was one of my spreads in September. So as you can see, I've got really decorative with the stickers. That's what I'm all about. But this is mainly full of different activities and with stuff that we had going on. So if I come over here so I can see too, there's meetings and things we had going on. I have jotted down little things like Wylder and Quinn played nicely, we went for lunch, but it's very much focused on what plans we had. Now you also have to bear in mind, this was we're living in COVID times. If you went back to my planner like September last year, it was rammed full of after school clubs, places to be, lots more kind of appointments and stuff. I think one of the main reasons I have changed the way that I use my planner is because of COVID. So there are less plans, and I can't really foresee there being tons of plans for a while yet. So I've kind of had an adapt up. And this kind of plan that I've got here, which is my kind of pre-planning of what activities we have, places we need to be, things I need to remember, I've moved from a big planner into this one. I mean, there's quite a size difference. This one is like a little tiny baby. And this is probably, to most people, like a more conventional diary. So let me show you. It has kind of spread at the beginning, which is just like for the whole month, where you can put in your focus and then kind of any pre-planning. And then the weeks are a lot more plain. I can just jot in. I am still stickering it up. So this one here is one I haven't filled in yet. This is for this week. Let it focus. So as you can see, it's a lot more simple. I don't want to say basic, because if it was a basic planner, I would not be going for like fancy disc systems and stuff. It is still a happy planner, so it does still have the discs, it does still have all the bits, you can still put the pages in it, which also means you can add pages in. So I keep a copy here of the children's school menus, and then when they're at school, I slot them in because they have a rolling school menu. So there's like the week 1 and 2 and 3 menus, so that I can slot in the appropriate menu for the appropriate week that they're on, so that we remember what menu they're doing. So there is still that kind of adaptability to it, but it's a lot simpler. And also, as you can see, it is a bit smaller, which means it's a little bit more mobile. And when I'm going to, not that we go anywhere at the moment, but if I'm going to things like meetings or I need to schedule appointments, this is a lot more handbag friendly than this great big beast. But as the eagle-eyed among you will have noticed, I did say that I still have a big planner for this year, because I am adapting things and I am using this planner much more for journaling. I'm not actually going to show you anything that's in this planner yet, because I feel like it's more personal, and I'm using it to keep memories and keep a record of feelings and stuff. Probably when I have a bit more distance from certain feelings and things, I'll be happier to share the spreads, but at the moment I'm not going to. But I am going to show you an example of what I mean, because I actually got into journaling in my planner last year when lockdown hit, and suddenly I had a great big planner and no plans to put in it. I very much changed the way that I used my planner, because I had all this space and I didn't want to waste it, and I still loved using my planner. I very much turned it into a journal and a memory keeping planner, and I found it was really good for my mental health, and just for me, I liked being able to write down the days that were a bit rubbish, because they were nice to reflect back on, to realise how far we'd come. I liked jotting down the little details and the little things, but the main thing that I got out of it was that it helped me to practice gratitude, and to focus on good stuff. So I tried to find at least 2 or 3 things out of each day that I could just jot down, whether they were good things or bad things, but it encouraged me to kind of pick out those highlights of my day, pick out those things I was grateful for. And I think I've said before on this channel, the act of practicing being grateful makes you more grateful, and it makes you happier, because if you're focusing on the things you're grateful for, you're focusing on the things you're lucky to have, and I think that makes you happier. And I think we all need a bit of that right now, don't we? But I have got some older kind of more journaling type spreads that I thought I would share with you from last year to give you an idea of what I mean. So here's one from last year. As you can see, there's a lot more pen in it than I would put in a normal spread that just had like our activities and things. And I've got this, I've just got boxes, and sometimes it just says something simple like, we started potty training today. And then other boxes, it's like I woke up feeling really unwell and I just felt worse as the day went on, which is so hard when I've got the children at home to entertain. So sometimes it's like it's not a full-on, dear diary, here's everything I did in my day. It's just jotting down feelings, validating those feelings, and then moving on from them, which is really helpful. It's nice because we've documented things like, I've got to document the fact that they had online farewell assemblies in July. I managed to document the fact that I did my second sub 30 5k and was really proud of myself. And it's a real mishmash of things, and it's still really pretty to look at, but it's got those memories in it. So this one is from October half term, which was like Halloween week. So obviously it's got like a real Halloweeny theme to it, but I just tried to jot down a memory or 3 from each day. So various different things that we got up to. It's still pretty. It's still very much like me. I like doing stuff that looks pretty, but I've just kind of jotted down memories and stories and things from the week. And then I've got one more to show you. I think this one's quite ram-packed. So this one was from the first week in November, which is obviously why it's got fireworks, because it was fireworks night and there was no fireworks display, so I thought I'd have fireworks in my planner instead. And I've done a lot of writing this week. I did proper like journaling, and I've written things like the last day of the holidays, got everything prepped for back to school, also mentally preparing for the fact that the second lockdown starts on Thursday. And then a bit later on in the week, I've written I took a last opportunity to pop to the shops before lockdown starts again. Rich dropped Wylder and me off at the shopping centre and we had a very successful trip getting things ready for Christmas. And then we didn't let the I've written here, lockdown V2.0, and now on V3.0, but it says here, we didn't let the new lockdown ruin firework night. We lit sparklers on the front lawn in our PJs. And I've written, the kids really loved it. Fun is not cancelled. I've written that in capital letters because I clearly needed that. And my new planner this year is looking very much more like this, but with the addition of kind of extra mixed media. So I'm collecting up bits and pieces. It's kind of like a journal meets a memory keeper meets a scrapbooker. So Quinn made me this little picture of a heart that I've cut out that I'm going to stick in. This is all stuff that's going in for this week so I can show you all these bits and pieces. Dylan made me this little like pop-up heart. I mean, how cute is that? So that is clearly going in my planner. And my husband bought me a little present this week that came with a little sticker on the packaging. So I've cut the sticker out so that I can stick that in and remind me that that happened this week. So I'm doing that. And on top of that, my lovely family treated me to a little photo printer for Christmas this year. So I've been printing off just tiny little photos. They're about big enough to fit in this box, or sometimes I cut them smaller than that. So I can jot in those little moments as well. And kind of, I take a lot of pictures and I think it would be nice to have them in kind of a paper form with the context of what was going on to kind of look back on. That's what I think anyway. So I would love to hear what your kind of journaling, planning, scrapbooking, memory keeping setup is. As you can see, I kind of try and cover a lot of bases with all of my planners, but it makes me happy, it brings me joy, and like I said, it also helps me practice gratitude, which is always a good thing. So I'd love to hear what your setups are, but I'm gonna leave it there because I feel like I've been a planner, journaler, diary geek for long enough now. I hope you have a lovely day, whatever you get up to. Thank you for coming and spending some time with me today, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.